And then how did you transition from doing all that racing to then working more with intense? That was that that was, I take it, the first kind of team that you were managing for? Because even when I rode for them for a couple of years, you were always doing
Yeah.
for us and helping Jeff out with logistics and team managing at the races and stuff. And you just always had tons of energy and enthusiasm. And I've learned over the years, having somebody like that as part of your race program is just so beneficial and nice.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, like after my last race was in 1997, and then I did 3 years of stunt work for a TV show called Pacific Blue. So I was still doing things on bikes,
Yeah.
and then at the same time, Jeff was always my friend. We lived in the same region, and around the 2000s, he needed some help with team stuff. Darren Stockton had started the Intense Tire Systems team, and um, yeah, and Darren and I had been teammates on Maxis, and he asked, "Hey, do you want to come help the team?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So I was kind of always involved in like just helping out, like, "Hey, I'll just work for a bike or whatever, and help organize things." So I think it's like again, the sport has offered me so much expression to have my abilities and my passions come out, which is like also logistically, I think very logistically. I'm a mom. I used to have a catering business, so I can do food and just manage a lot of details and stuff. And then a team needs to
That's
have
why you're
this.
so good at doing the food. I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah, because like even when I was racing, it'd be like we'd be a group of friends going to the races, and they'd always call me Mommy Sissler, and I had Mommy Sessler's power pancakes and all this stuff. Just actually just cooking. I think I was put on this earth to cook and provide that. And then
Good at it,
yeah,
like.
yeah. So yeah, and so that was the time that you were racing, and then I was helping you guys out there when you were on Intense and stuff.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and obviously, a lot of the time, which included me, but many other athletes, always ended up staying at your house, yours and Chuck's house, and when the
Yeah.
girls were young, and you've had some right characters staying at your house between the races that wasn't part of your job. You just the type of person you are that welcome people in and
Yeah, we had Chris Gavarik and Nathan Rennie often because the Aussies, they leave their country for the summer to go racing, and then racing for Intense or whatever, they were around, and yeah, they're just characters, and you just help people out,
yep.
and you get more extended family that you have and you keep through the years. Yeah, yeah, so that's super fun.
And
Yeah,
then that brings me on to when I got injured in 2002 when I flipping ripped my foot off and
yeah,
ended up staying at your house for I think about 9 weeks, um,
yeah.
which when you think back it's incredible that you let me stay at your house for 9 weeks and looked after me. I had quite a few things wrong with me at first. I don't know if you remember with I didn't even know a man could get thrush, and you know,
My daughter the other day, I mentioned your name, and she goes, "All I remember is saying, oh, my me plums are purple." Or
yep, they were on fire for sure. Um, and
yeah, well, and this was like you're in a situation, was it Wisconsin you were in? I wasn't at the race. And then, there's just a need. Like Nigel can't go home to the UK. His parents are getting on, and someone needs to look after him. And we're here, and my husband was a firefighter, and he has a lot of time off. And so, yeah, we brought you here, and we looked after you. You had a surgery, and your ankle was in really bad shape, and you couldn't do things for yourself. So, we looked after you. I remember Chuck gave you your first bath. No, that's a good friend. This is why we were talking about family. Yes, you had swim trunks on, but yeah, it was cute trying to keep your foot out and then trying to clean you up. But this is where these yeah, just love for fellow human, another
No,
brother.
I know, and I'll always be, forever grateful for you guys for that. And apologies for. I think I was in your hot tub and I made you actually wee on the floor because you were laughing at me that much when I couldn't get out of the hot tub.
Yeah, oh my goodness, I never had to do any sit-ups when I'm around you because the laughter was a complete ab workout. I was ripped. I had, like, washboard abs, so it was, there was a plus side.
Yeah, and I think I'm not sure if you did it intentionally, but what that night when you gave me some because I couldn't go to the toilet because I was on all the pain meds, so you gave me some laxatives, and we were just
Yes.
watching a movie on the couch there, and then the next minute it felt like someone had stabbed me in the stomach, and I was trying to get to the guest bathroom in my in Chuck's board shorts with I think I fell over about 3 times, and I do believe that you might have filmed me trying to get to the toilet.
Yeah, the electricians, they started working, and,
Certainly
yeah.
did. Yeah,
Yep, yep, yeah, the laughter, oh my goodness gracious, and my girls remember that time so well and so fondly too, the
yeah,
fun we
they
had.
was so cool. I remember, like, I think because I was stuck there, couldn't do a lot, and we got into watching SpongeBob because I guess they were into that at that age, and I think
Yeah.
I went somewhere and came back, and then they completely decorated all my room I was staying in with big SpongeBob pictures and everything. It was incredible.
Because I loved the way you said it at the time too, SpongeBob. We're
Never
okay.
even heard of SpongeBob.
See, now you're saying SpongeBob, but you had a thicker accent as
Yeah,
SpongeBob.
yeah. I think it's
That
Melanie.
was so funny. We had a laugh. Yeah. But that's how mountain biking brings like-minded people together and creates lifelong relationships. And so you're definitely one of many, but definitely at the top of the list in our family.
Oh, well, thanks very much. And yeah,
Yeah.
I've always loved you coming, seeing you guys and staying there. And I've got really good friends with your husband Chuck, and you sent him off to visit me a few times. Poor fella came
Oh,
time it was pissing rain constantly, but don't think he ever came when it wasn't raining. But I think he had a good time anyway.
yeah. One of my favorite stories is he was going to visit you for a week, and he was traveling around his birthday time, so that was November 25th. I don't know what year it was, but um, I got a call at like 3 in the morning, and I mean, why even answered it? Like, whatever. And it's Chuck. He's calling from like the Frankfurt airport police station or something, and he's like, "Oh, I've missed my flight," and all this, and he tells me this tall tale about how he was going through airport security in Frankfurt, and his backpack kind of goes in the machine, and then it goes back, and all the alarms start going off and the lights, and then the airport police come and they're like, "Sir, come with us." And he's like, "What is going on?" And they examine his backpack, and I guess some weeks prior he had been with a friend of ours on some hunting trip, and Chuck's not a hunter, but he was carrying some ammunition for the friend, and of course, he emptied his backpack, but one stray bullet had lodged itself in the seam of his backpack. And this is what's now being discovered in Frankfurt airport security, which is interesting because he had gone through Los Angeles airport security without a problem. So it's quite interesting.
Yeah.
And so he was detained and had to fill out lots of paperwork to say, no, I'm not a terrorist. And eventually they helped him make it to another flight. And so, as I recall, I called you at like whatever time it was. Well, if it was 3 in the morning here, it wasn't a bad time for you. But like, Nigel, he's going to be on a different flight. He's going to be a little bit late. This is what happened. We were just laughing.
Yeah.
And as I recall, he showed up to see a sign say Chuckinator, as you had made for him instead of the Terminator. You had made him a sign to welcome him.
Yeah, brilliant fun, amazing. I remember that, and yeah, obviously, we like winding Chuck up, and he winds me up, and we quite happily take the piss out of each other, which is why our relationship's so good. Um,
Exactly.
And I don't think he still understands what I'm saying half the time, so it doesn't matter what I'm taking the piss out of him. He's just nodding and agreeing.
Well, that is the funniest part because when you were just out recently, that's exactly what I observed happening. Chuck just sat on the couch, and I can understand you because I've been, around these accents a bit more, and Chuck's just like going along with whatever he's saying, not answering the question. I'm like, he has no idea what Nigel just said. And so you and I would just start laughing, and he'd be just like, "What's so funny?" We're like, "You don't even know what you're saying." And yeah, more strong abs after that visit again. For sure.
Oh, it was great to come and see you guys again and visit.
That
Um,
was really fun.